Yesterday, a poll came out that scared the bejesus out of the Biden campaign. It actually showed that both Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, they were ahead of Joe Biden. That didn't surprise me in the poll, but, of course, everybody called the poll an outlier, and two more polls came out. Quinnipiac, and I don't remember the other one, came out and said Biden still remains with a double-digit lead, even if it's coming down. But the other thing the poll said was that Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Joe Biden, they probably have within the polling error the same chance of beating Donald Trump. So you have to wonder that support for Joe Biden, will it remain given how incoherent he has been in several places, not knowing where he is, etc., etc., etc. Likewise for his foot in the mouth kind of a disease that he constantly have, and also just for living in the past. Recently, Zerlina Maxwell, pundit that I'm admiring more and more every time I see her because of how she breaks down the issues. She came out with something that she said on her take on the polls, her take on where Biden is right now.
Even in a good poll, Biden has been getting blown out. Voters over 50 years old, under 50 years old, and is cleaning his opponent's clock, voters over 50.
I think that has to do with the fact that Biden represents the past. And as Gabe said, he's actually running on the past. He's saying, I can take you back to the time before Trump when everything was fine. And people of color don't agree with that statement necessarily. And I think that his support in this moment is a little bit soft. And I think people know him. His name recognition is very high. He was a great vice president for 2 terms with the first black president, Barack Obama. And so he has a lot of goodwill. And so when folks are calling around and saying, who do you support in this primary campaign, they may not know enough about Kamala Harris to give her name out, or Elizabeth Warren, but they're learning. And the more they learn about Kamala Harris, for example, all the polling says that people want to know the most about her. Because she's probably the newest face in the bunch, other than Mayor Pete. But additionally, I think that Elizabeth Warren has essentially done the unique job of laying out a vision with specifics. So this is how I would compare. Bernie Sanders is excellent at explaining what the problem is. He's excellent at laying out all of the different things that are wrong structurally in this country. And then he stops talking. And I'm always listening for solutions and specifics. Elizabeth Warren does not stop talking. She says, and here is how I'm going to fix it. And here's my plan to fix it. Kamala Harris also has a verbal tick where she says, I don't want to hear you talking about what all the problems are. Tell me what you're going to do about it. And I think that that's the difference in this campaign. And Joe Biden just doesn't have that vision for, this is how I'm going to fix the problems in the future with my plans. He's saying, we're just going to go back to the way it was before, where I guess the problems disappear, dissolve, become invisible. I don't know.
And that is it in a nutshell. As people realize that, we're going to see the poll numbers change, and then we're going to coalesce exactly where we need to, and that is a progressive candidate that is out there that's going to really make or propose the transformational changes that we need in the country to ensure the middle class once again has a shot at success.